Okay. Welcome. Round 4 today at the Empty Bag Challenge here in the TGC Tours Off-Season Event. And it's going to be a lot of fun today. So let's jump straight into the conditions. But first, we have to tell you what is in fact the challenge. The challenge is very, very simple. Every time you score, you have to lose a club that you used on said hole. Driver and putter are protected, so driver or putter cannot be removed from the bag. So, for example, if you go driver, putter on a hole and score, you get it for free. So, very simple. And here we are in round 4 again at the Kasota Hill, designed by one of the best designers in the business, Mr. Heisenberg. And the conditions are as follows. We go back to the black tees, which is the longer tees, pins at 4, Sunday pins, expecting to be a little bit difficult. Winds get turned off completely, so no help nor hindrance from the wind. Direction is south. Fairway is default, bouncy, green is firm, and green speed is 155 fast. So conditions are easy, track is easy, but it's going to be tough in the back 9 once we start losing clubs. It's going to be very, very tough to see how we go. But it's the last round of the first week of challenges. So I propose we do the classic move of smacking the Twitch nerds on top of my head like so. And then one more time this week, empty my bag challenge. Himochiko Draven. Come on. Here we go, lads. Here we go. Okay, so here 382-yard par 4. No wind whatsoever, so let's just go get the fairway. Beautiful. Should bounce right and give us a nice douche. Oh, we like that bounce. We do like that bounce. We definitely do like that bounce. Okay, so here this lob wedge looks pretty good. That's going to be already there, and the uphill is not going to play much. So we should be able to get this there in a very nice way. Perfect. Perfect. That qualifies. Quite a lot of break on that though, so has to be enough aim for this. This looks high, but I feel like it's gonna turn. Bang, 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 and just like that, first hole, lob wedge out the bag. Okay, and then to this long par 5. No wind here again, so little backspin on to make sure we get enough yardage and then send the ball flying across the air. Too fast, but it should come down still. This is the reason I put the backspin on. Too fast though. We do get a good amount of yards. But has to be said, a missed tempo is a missed tempo, so can never be happy with a missed tempo, even if you get the result you wanted. So I do like this quite a bit, honestly. Looks very nice. It's going to be a little bit longer, but I feel like it's going to die. Pretty perfect 6-iron, yeah? Okay, so there's a good amount of break in the start, and then it straightens out, and then it comes back again, so should be doable here. So close. But as customary, we are not going to complain about tapping birdie. This for birdie to go 2 under on the round and lose 6-iron from your bag. Like so. this 8 iron has to be our weapon of choice. It's gonna hit here quite nicely, and into that uphill, it should also like die quite easily. I'm gonna play a little bit safer on the right side, just in case I mistime my tempo. I don't want to end up in the bunker. I got my tempo. This should corral left and be very nice. So now we're just gonna try to keep the bogey-free streak alive and make sure the ball doesn't roll off the green. Hand up, I accept that completely. That's such a cool little roll. That is going to be exactly it. It should bounce left and give us a very nice approach shot. Oh, that is beautiful. And we even have a wedge. We still even have a little bit of a wedge possibility here. So we have lob wedge, we have cab wedge. This is going to be 95. So I'm going to have to hit this. And I feel like if I hit it here, it has to come back down. So I'm going to put a little backspin into it. And guessing that we hit this quite close pin high. Should spin. Beautiful. Beautiful. A little fast, so we end up a little bit left, but it's not the worst place to be. This is tough anyway. No matter where you land, it's a tough putt. And here we're gonna take away a good amount. Stay on the high side here. There is definitely break on this. So similarly as on the last one, don't putt it too far down the hill. It's gonna wanna escape from you. So have your wits about here. Don't putt it too hard. Cash, money, pitching wedge out the bag. Here, if I can hit 310-ish, 312-ish into the green, we're gonna be in absolute money. Hit this rough, should bounce like a maniac here. Yeah, buddy. Stay on the green, 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 buddy. And there we go, laddie. Laddersons. A free eagle attempt. We love that. Quite a dirbler, though. It's definitely not gonna come back fully, so I have to aim right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. A Lagalicious Rex, 58 feet. Free eagle attempt. And that's customary. Tapping birds, no complaints. Boom. 3-2-5 here. And don't even have to lose a club here, so I have to deal off this quite a bit because I don't want this to be too long. This is very tough. This is very, very tough. So we have to have our wits about here again. A lot of deal off on it. So hopefully we get like 140 by accident here. Heartbreaking slow, but I still take it. I still take it. That was a heartbreaking slow, but I 100% accept. And what a beautiful, beautiful look here. Let's see if we can get this up the hill into the clown's mouth. This looks high, but it should turn at the start quite a lot. Just that Knut hair high. Not bad though. If we are missing high side that much, it's a-okay. It is a-okay. And then into the 7th hole, big boy par 5. Make sure you stay here on the right side so you're never in trouble of the water. And let's go hunt the eagle. Let's go hunt the eagle, lads. Got a really nice bounce to the left as well here. Really, really nice. This 8 iron I have in my hand is like made for this. Absolutely made for this. It's gonna hit somewhere here and then completely stop. That is so nice. Really? That is just ridiculously rude. But since we have the 8 iron at risk now, we can take the sandwich chip, because sandwich we still have. And I think sandwich chip here is going to be in a way where we should get it up there. Of course, a little bit dangerous, but I don't think the sandwich is going to be that much different from the lob wedge. So here goes. Just like that, 8 iron. Yeah. Driving this shouldn't be an issue here. Make sure it stays on the left side. Go get your fairway and see what awaits. Got a little bit to the right more than I was thinking, so might ugly bounce. Ugly bounce, but not enough, so this should still stay. Got a huge bounce forward to like 40-yard roll there. And this one, the 9 iron that I'm holding now, has to be the club of choice. It's 10 yards up, so it's going to be like 153, but I'd rather it be a little bit shorter. So I'm going to put a good amount of loft and a little spin to it, and then we will send it on its way. Should come down from here always. That is 100% a qualified golf shot. Good amount of break, and the beads are moving exactly in sync. So take a little bit off, and then just trust the gravity to do its job here. That was awesome. 9 iron out the bag. And here, of course, the semi-drivable 9, we're going to backspin it, and then we are going to let the big stick do the talking. It's so close. Bounce left. Bounce left. Go! Since we don't have the lob wedge anymore, we are forced to hit this sand wedge, but we have learned how it operates, and it should not be a big problem here. Got my tempo exactly the way I wanted there, and we hit it for a tapping bird. And just like that, sand wedge out the bag. We are honestly now starting to be quite badly out of clubs here. So in a sense, we should play for something else here, but I think I still want the gap wedge chip on this, so I will send this on its way because we do have a gap wedge still on our club. A smart man would lay this up for like 100 yards for like a 3-iron or a 5-iron shot. But I'm a lot of things. Smart is not one of them. Down the line, and now some sort of a gap wedge flop, gap wedge pitch we should be able to do. Well, would you look at this, lads? The gap wedge flop works out very well here. Little backspin and then send it. Yes. And then score with the gap wedge A at risk. I'm stunned. I didn't see that like that at all. Wow. Well, I guess good news, bad news. We get to use the gap wedge on the next hole. Good news, bad news situation. Gap wedge J is still at play. Here, nothing to do but to get your fairway and see what type of an eagle opportunity we get here. We definitely want one eagle here. We definitely want one eagle here. So 7-iron has to be the weapon of choice again. So this is going to be like 177. I feel like this is absolutely fantabulous for what we are trying to achieve here. I hit my tempo too, so now we might have to raise the roof here. As promised, we'll raise the roof one time like it was 2001. I do like that. Be courageous, but don't be crazy. Two points. 2 points. And 7-iron out the bag. We have literally no clubs left soon. First of all, of course, take the fairway here. And let the good times roll. Should bounce right here. I'm not too worried about this rough here. And then we're going to take a 5-iron in hand and see what happens. Maybe I'll even put a little backspin into it just to make sure. It's a little bit of a dangerous shot. The loft didn't like shorten it at all. That still came out 200 yards. That was crazy to me. Here it takes the downhill and starts going. Stop. Stop. Oh. Probably lucky there, honestly. To have part that, probably lucky. Here, put the backspin on and let the ball fly. Bang, bang, bang. A perfect with the backspin on. Is it gonna make a bounce right? Sometimes. This time, I don't think so. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna hit this driver here. So this is gonna come down pin high. Now we just gotta hope that it stops. Very important shot for the tournament here. Okay, that I did not have in my bingo card. That I did not have in my bingo card. That's filthy. Have to celebrate that par after the mistake of hitting it. After the mistake of hitting it into the bank, we have to celebrate that. Now we have to do the gap wedge. Now we have to lose the gap wedge here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Maybe in the hole. Come on now, let's par this. We can par this now, lad. Yes, buddy. We love that. Big boy par there on 14th. And then we go here into the 15th. Nothing to do here either. Just make sure you get your fairway. It's going to hardcore bounce right. After impact, it's going to hardcore bounce right. So take that into consideration in your aim. Now we got it just into the flat, which means that we are going to stay on this portion very nicely. So here, fully backspun. Quite a bit of loft. 5-iron punch. Quite spectacular, hopefully. Spectacular is right. You'll never see a better 5-iron punch in your career than that. That is filthy. My favorite shot of the whole challenge so far. Tap it in for a score, and just like that, 5-iron out of the bag. Difference now compared to what we have had here previously is the fact that now we have the gap wedge in hand. So as long as we just get it over this bunker and not into a rough, we should be guaranteed the gap wedge shot on. And that should definitely do it. Beautiful. It might roll down the line here as well. Oh my days. Now gap wedge in hand. Let's see what we can do. So 89, like 7. Yeah, this is gonna be it. This is actually gonna be it. I'm gonna put a little bit of backspin into it, and then we'll hit this gap wedge pitch right at the hole. Right at the hole, indeed. A lot of break in that, so make sure you aim enough, and then you should be able to turn this in. Low miss. Wow. I had a high miss on the cards, but not a low miss. I had a high miss in my mind, not a low miss. But for this 17th now, having that gap wedge in hand is gonna be like a heaven sent. Because now we can hit like a normal shot here. Now we can hit a normal shot here with this. We hit it too, so this is gonna be nice. It's gonna bounce left from this bump and completely die. It's gonna be lovely. Come on, let's see if we can get it. There we go. There we go. The toughest hole in the challenge we score based on the one fact that we still had gap wedge at play. But not into the last hole, we won't. Beautiful shot too. Beautiful shot too, so we should stay the fairway here and be on for a treat. Be on for a absolute treat here. Here we go. Fully backspun, little bit of loft ski to 160. Yeah, this is gonna be quite all right. So now let's hit it. Got my tempo. Oh, it's a little bit too much still. But I think we can putt this from here. I think we can save this with a putter. And just guesstimate the power. Incredibly difficult. But let's see if we can, in fact, play round 4 bogey-free. That's a bit naughty, that, lads. That's a bit naughty, that. Okay, this to finish 44, empty bag, and no bogeys in round 4. And boom in the chat. I just have to accept everything that is. We set the line at a -10 per round without bogeys. Of course, here we took a few bogeys. We took a few bogeys out there, but holy moly, was that ever fun. Was that ever fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed that so much. And so ends the first off-season week with the empty bag challenge. So what is left to do is the sellout. So if you enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a subscription. It's completely free and makes it so that you never miss a video. Chuck a like in there. Comment on what challenge you want to see. All the socials are down below in the description as well. So get involved in the socials. The link to the tours is there as well. So go and make yourself an account and come play with us. So that ends this week. Next week, we will have a completely different challenge. So I will reconvene with you guys here Thursday at noon Eastern for next week's challenge. But what is left to say is thank you so much for a crazy cool week again here, both on Twitch and the tubes. I value your time and your energy very highly. And we'll do it all over again next week. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day today. But for now, Mokkio is out. Peace!